If you want all the latest news of NBA 2K and also NBA in general, you should follow me on my Twitter account at PackHoopsYT. Not only that, I do giveaways all the time when it comes to VC, games, and also even consoles. So check it out, follow me, and see you there. So if you're watching this video, you probably already have NBA 2K22 and you're thinking, for my career, which team do I play for? Because believe it or not, it actually does matter. And I'm going to break down exactly which teams you should play for what positions, and why. ¿Qué pasa to the pack? It is Pack here. There's a good chance you're probably new to this channel or you're not subscribed, so please be an OG and do so. We're trying to get to 300,000 subscribers, and leave a like on the video because it helps the algorithm out a lot, okay? So we're going to start off by positions, and I'm going to start off with probably the most common position, the one you probably are, a point guard, okay? If you are a point guard in this game, there are a lot of specific things that matter. So I'm going to give you the team that makes the most sense to me and the one that I think is going to be obvious to use if you're going to play this game, okay? And that's going to be the New Orleans Pelicans, okay? So there's a couple things you want when you play MyCareer. A lot of people think you want to be on a terrible team so you can dominate, but that's not how that works. You want to be able to get your badges as fast as possible, and you want a good team around you to help you get your badges. So being on a bad team is a terrible, terrible choice, especially if you lose games, you get less VC, so you don't want that. So you want to be on the New Orleans Pelicans. You would replace Devontae Graham, who, by the way, isn't the greatest player on this team, so you'd be able to fight for that spot pretty fast, that starting spot, right? And you have Brandon Ingram to pass it to, Zion Williamson to lob it to, and Jonas Valanciunas to give it to in the post or get an easy bucket. And you have a good team as a point guard to get easy buckets with. There's another team I'll tell you in a second, but this team, in my opinion, makes most sense, especially because you can get your playmaking badges really, really quick with Zion. You have a player like Brandon Ingram, Alexander Walker, who can get you the ball so you can get open shots as well, so it's not just you alone and they're just doubling you, right? And then you have Jonas Valanciunas to get you some good rebounds, and you have yourself a team, right? This is, in my opinion, the most obvious team. There's pretty decent spacing here. Maybe not the best with Zion, but like Zion will get out of the way sometimes, and you have enough spacing to get your finishing badges as well. And I mean, listen, this is not maybe the best team, but I think this is one of the weaker years for point guards because it's not like an obvious team to be on. But you have everything you would need right here, and I think it would work out. There is another team as a point guard, though, I think you should be on if you're not sold on playing for the Pelicans, and that is the Utah Jazz. This one I feel even stronger about. So you would replace Mike Conley, which wouldn't be easy, but it's still doable. But you have Donovan Mitchell to hit shots for you, Joe Ingles, Bogdanovich. They can all shoot threes, and you can get easy assists that way. And you can lob it to Gobert. Plus, your team is a good defensive team, so you get defensive badges really fast. And on top of that, you'll be able to probably be the most ball-dominant player on the team besides Donovan Mitchell, which eventually you'll be able to take the ball from his hands. This team is a really good team as well. Maybe not the flashiest team, but it's a good team for a point guard, right? Next up is the shooting guard position. These were pretty obvious in my opinion, and I think you'll agree. So it's kind of the same philosophy with the point guard position, and probably a lot of you aren't shooting guards in the first place, but if you are, right, you're going to want to be on the Milwaukee Bucks. You would replace Dante DiVincenzo because he's the only one who's not in the 80 overall club. Well, there's Brook Lopez, but Brook Lopez is a 79. I mean, it's good enough. So, obvious reasons. There's insane spacing on this team. Even Brook Lopez shoots three, so you'll be able to get open looks all the time. You'll be able to lob it to Giannis and Brook Lopez without a problem. You have Drew Holiday getting you open looks, and it's a good defensive team. You get your badges so easily on this team. It's not even a question. And again, having Giannis on your team is going to be broken. It's not why you should be a shooting guard on the Bucks. It's why wouldn't you be a shooting guard on the Bucks, honestly. Like, that's as simple as that, right? But there's another team that's pretty obvious, and that is the Los Angeles Lakers. Again, a really obvious team. You have Anthony Davis, LeBron, and Dwight Howard all to lob it to, and LeBron and AD can shoot threes. You even have Russell Westbrook you can lob it to and get you open, and he can shoot them theoretically, right? And you would just be a perfect, you'd be like the Klay Thompson of this team, right? If you can shoot threes, you're going to be perfect for them. And their spacing, again, it's another team. Not only is it really good like the Bucks, but it's also really fun, which is just an even better thing. I mean, it's an obvious team to play for, like an obvious team to play for if you're a shooting guard. So if you're a small forward, my first option, I think, is the Atlanta Hawks. Okay, you have Trae Young to give you lobs, you have Bogdanovich to hit shots for you, you have John Collins to hit lobs, you have Capella to hit lobs, and you would replace DeAndre Hunter. You play good defense on this team, you get easy badges, you'd be fighting for rebounds. I mean, when you're a small forward, you want to be able to do everything, and this is a position that you'd be able to do everything. Shoot threes, catch lobs, lob other people, play defense, all that kind of stuff. And even slash on this team. It would be a little harder, but you can still slash on this team too. It's an obvious team as a small forward. You'd be one of the best teams in the NBA. You'd probably be the favorites of the championship on this team. Obvious team. Like, if there's a team that I think is the most obvious, it's small forward to the Atlanta Hawks. But there is another option as a small forward. I'm not going to give you just one. If you're not sold, the Brooklyn Nets is also a great chance. Even though you have Blake Griffin at the center position, and that's why I don't like this team, you still got to be on a stupid amazing team. Durant, Harden, and Kyrie are going to hit every shot and set you up for easy buckets all the time. But again, it's not great when Blake Griffin isn't catching the lobs that you're going to need him to. So, I mean, there's great spacing on this team, and you could probably make it work, but this isn't the best place compared to the Hawks. So the power forward position, believe it or not, was really hard because there were so many teams that fit, but I think the Chicago Bulls for the power forward position makes sense. I mean, first of all, it'd be fun to play on this team because it's basically a brand new team with Lonzo, with DeMar, and you have Zach LaVine. Vucevic is on this team, and you'd replace Lauri Markkanen, right? You'd all be in the 80 overall club. You'd probably be in the 90 overall club eventually, and this team would be absolutely broken team. You have Lonzo lobbing it to you, setting you up for threes, as well as shooting threes himself. Zach LaVine, who will literally do everything for you. DeMar DeRozan, who's going to get you buckets. If you pass it to him, it's probably a guaranteed assist, and you can lob it to him. And then Vucevic, who maybe not be the best center for this team. You probably can't lob it to him that easily. You're probably going to be the one catching lobs in the first place anyway. So this is a fantastic team. This is an obvious team as well. It'd be so fun for you. There is another option. I'm not going to leave you just one, and that is the defending conference champions, the Phoenix Suns. You have Chris Paul giving you lobs. You have Devin Booker hitting shots for you. Miles Bridges is going to be good for you. DeAndre Ayton's going to get you rebounds, and even you can lob it to him. And on top of that, you're replacing Jay Crowder, and you'd be in the 80 overall club, maybe in the 90 overall club, and this team would be one of the best teams in 2K history if you're a 99 overall. I mean, this team is amazing with you on it. I mean, this was also a super obvious team. I'd even argue you should probably pick this team over Chicago, if we're being real. Now, the final one is the center position. There's two teams that I feel are pretty obvious. In my opinion, there's only really one team, I'd say, but there's two options. First one is the Charlotte Hornets. I don't feel so strongly about this one, but I think it's a pretty good team for a center. You have Lonzo Ball, who's going to be setting you up. Terry Rozier's going to hit shots for you. You have Gordon Hayward. They're all going to throw lobs to you as well. PJ Washington can shoot threes, and then you'd be the center replacing Mason Plumlee. You can get rebounds, like any rebound you want, especially because these players aren't as good. They're probably going to be missing a lot, and you can get more offensive rebounds, which is actually really clutch. On top of that, they're going to be throwing lobs to you because they're a crazy team. And I mean, this is a good team, straight up. Like this is a good idea. This is what the center position is, one of the few positions you might want to be on a bad team so you get more rebounds, right? But let's be real. The team you should play for is the Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Wiggins, and Draymond, and then you're going to be the center getting every rebound, stopping every play, even catching threes and shooting them. I mean, this is going to be such a fun team to play for. It'd be one of the better teams in the league. You probably win a championship. I mean, this one would be so fun. It's like an obvious one, right? So that's all the teams I think you should play for. What do you think? Who are you going to play for? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like this channel, please give it a sub. I'll see you guys next time. If you want all the latest news of NBA 2K and also NBA in general, you should follow me on my Twitter account at PackHoopsYT. Not only that, I do giveaways all the time when it comes to VC, games, and also even consoles. So check it out, follow me, and see you there.